Mansa Musa, born around 1280, hailed from the royal family of the Mali Empire. This West African kingdom had risen to power due to its abundant gold resources and strategically important trade routes. Growing up, Musa was immersed in the opulence of Mali's courts, surrounded by immense wealth, captivating music, and the rich oral traditions of the Mandinka people. However, his early life wasn't just about luxury. It was a period of intense preparation for leadership. As a prince, Musa received a comprehensive education in governance, religion, and commerce. He learned from seasoned scholars and advisors who had served previous rulers, studying the intricacies of diplomacy, administration, and military tactics. These invaluable lessons would later guide him in governing one of Africa's wealthiest and most influential empires. Musa also developed a profound devotion to Islam, which had become integral to Mali's identity. Mosques, Islamic scholars, and religious law played significant roles in the kingdom, and young Musa deeply embraced these values. In 1312, Musa ascended to the throne following the death of his predecessor, Abu Bakr II. Historical accounts suggest that Abu Bakr II had embarked on a mysterious expedition across the Atlantic, leaving the empire in need of a strong and capable leader. Musa's rise to power marked a pivotal moment. He was determined to solidify his authority, expand Mali's sphere of influence, and ensure the continued prosperity of his people. One of Musa's first acts as emperor was to secure complete control over Mali's lucrative gold mines and essential trade routes. Gold was the empire's lifeblood, and Musa recognized that this wealth could not only enrich his kingdom, but also establish Mali as a major cultural and political force. He reorganized the administration, appointing governors to oversee distant provinces and ensuring that laws were enforced equitably. He also made significant investments in agriculture, irrigation, and overall infrastructure to boost productivity and support the growing population. Musa's reign was distinguished by a remarkable blend of wisdom and foresight. He was renowned for his fairness, generosity, and unwavering commitment to justice. Stories about him interacting directly with his people, ensuring that the poor were cared for and that the wealthy didn't abuse their power. Under his guidance, Mali flourished, with its cities becoming vibrant hubs of trade, art, and intellectual pursuits. But Musa's ambitions extended beyond Mali's borders. He recognized the importance of the broader Islamic world and the role that religion, scholarship, and culture could play in strengthening his empire. This understanding would eventually lead him on a transformative journey that would secure his place as one of history's most celebrated figures. His legendary pilgrimage to Mecca would showcase the wealth, power, and deep religious devotion of Mali to the entire known world. In 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on a journey that would forever etch his name in the annals of history. The pilgrimage to Mecca, or Hajj. While this journey was a religious obligation for devout Muslims, for Musa, it became a grand spectacle demonstrating both his piety and the unimaginable riches of Mali. Musa traveled with an enormous caravan that historians estimate included tens of thousands of people, including soldiers, government officials, and servants. Accompanying them were dozens of camels laden with hundreds of pounds of gold, intended for trade and charitable giving along the way. The caravan stretched for miles, a majestic procession of power and prosperity, moving through the deserts and bustling cities of North Africa. As Musa journeyed through Cairo, the sheer impact of his wealth became immediately evident. He distributed gold generously to the poor, paid handsomely to local merchants, and commissioned construction of mosques and schools. His donations were so vast that they triggered widespread inflation in Egypt, significantly devaluing gold for several years. Tales of his extraordinary generosity and fortune spread far and wide across the Islamic world and eventually reached Europe, solidifying Mali's reputation as the wealthiest kingdom on earth. However, the Hajj was more than just a display of immense wealth. It was a deeply spiritual journey. Musa visited Mecca with profound devotion, participating in prayers and religious rituals, reaffirming his faith, and strengthening the bonds between Mali and the broader Islamic community. He brought scholars, architects, and artists with him, fostering a cultural exchange that would profoundly influence Mali's architecture, education system, and governance for generations to come. Mansa Musa's pilgrimage left an enduring legacy. Cities along the route remember the emperor's unparalleled generosity, and he returned home not only spiritually fulfilled, but also with strengthened alliances, fresh ideas, and a clear vision for Mali's future as both a religious and commercial center. The Hajj of Mansa Musa remains one of the most famous pilgrimages in history, remembered not only for its piety, but also for its unprecedented display of wealth and influence. Following his legendary pilgrimage, Mansa Musa returned to Mali with renewed vision and enhanced influence. He transformed the empire into a thriving hub of commerce, culture, and scholarship, ensuring that Mali would be remembered not only for its vast wealth, but also for profound intellectual and spiritual achievements. Musa invested heavily in infrastructure and urban development. The cities of Timbuktu, Gao, and Jen flourished under his rule, evolving into bustling centers of trade. Roads were improved, markets were expanded, and mosques and public buildings were constructed with intricate designs reflecting Islamic architectural styles. Musa's court became a magnet for artisans, builders, and scholars from across Africa and the Middle East, creating a cosmopolitan environment that seamlessly blended African and Islamic traditions. Education was a paramount focus of his reign. Mansa Musa established schools and libraries, inviting renowned Islamic scholars to teach theology, law, mathematics, and astronomy. Timbuktu rose to prominence as a major center of learning, attracting students and intellectuals from far and wide. Countless manuscripts were meticulously collected and copied, preserving invaluable knowledge that would endure for centuries. The rich intellectual environment fostered by Musa would eventually give Mali an enduring reputation as a land of wisdom and scholarship. Trade and wealth continued to expand under Musa's careful and strategic management. Mali's gold mines maintained high productivity, and the empire controlled vital trade routes across the Sahara. Caravans transported gold, salt, ivory, and other valuable commodities to North Africa and the Mediterranean, ensuring the empire's sustained economic dominance. Musa's fair taxation system and significant investment in commerce encouraged entrepreneurship and promoted stability, making Mali one of the wealthiest states in the world at that time. Mansa Musa's leadership was also characterized by adept diplomacy and strategic alliances. He maintained strong relationships with neighboring kingdoms in the broader Islamic world, exchanging valuable gifts, scholars, and knowledge. His reputation as a wise and just ruler enhanced Mali's influence across West Africa and beyond. Mali was no longer simply a land of immense wealth. It had become a cultural and intellectual beacon, attracting attention from scholars, traders, and travelers alike. Through his visionary leadership, administrative skills, and commitment to learning and trade, Mansa Musa ensured that Mali would be remembered for centuries to come. The empire under his reign exemplified a rare combination of wealth, wisdom, and piety, a true testament to what one visionary leader could achieve. Continuing his vision of a prosperous and enlightened Mali, Mansa Musa invested substantially in architecture, urban planning, and educational institutions. His reign transformed cities like Timbuktu and Jen into beacons of Islamic culture and scholarship, drawing visitors from across Africa, the Middle East, and even Europe. Musa commissioned the construction of magnificent mosques, palaces, and public buildings, all adorned with intricate designs. Among the most famous is the Jingareba Mosque in Timbuktu, built in 1327 with the guidance of Andalusian architect Abu Ishaq al-Sahili. The mosque became a central place for prayer, learning, and community gatherings, symbolizing the fusion of African and Islamic architectural styles. Other projects included schools, libraries, and essential urban infrastructure that improved daily life and further encouraged commerce. Education remained at the very heart of Musa's legacy. He invited scholars from North Africa and the Middle East to teach in Mali, establishing universities and learning centers that attracted students from distant regions. Timbuktu became synonymous with knowledge and intellectual pursuit, housing thousands of manuscripts covering a diverse range of subjects, from theology to mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and law. Musa deeply understood that knowledge was a form of power, capable of elevating his people beyond mere wealth. Trade and diplomacy flourished alongside education. Musa maintained robust ties with neighboring kingdoms, facilitating cultural exchange and fostering crucial political alliances. The wealth of Mali, prominently showcased during his famous pilgrimage, now became a powerful tool for long-term influence. His reign clearly demonstrated how strategic governance, astute economic management, and consistent cultural investment could create a civilization that was admired worldwide. Even after Musa's death in 1337, his ambitious architectural projects, leading educational institutions, and profound cultural achievements continued to influence Mali for generations. Timbuktu remained a significant center of learning for centuries, and Mali's reputation as a wealthy and enlightened empire became legendary. Scholars, travelers, and merchants carried stories of Mansa Musa across continents, inspiring widespread admiration and respect for his vision, remarkable generosity, and unwavering commitment to both material prosperity and intellectual growth. Through a strategic investment in buildings, schools, and culture, Mansa Musa ensured that Mali's legacy would endure the test of time. He demonstrated that true greatness lies not only in vast wealth, but also in pursuit of knowledge, creative expression, and the overall well-being of one's people. His reign remains a shining example of what visionary leadership can achieve, combining prosperity with enlightenment in remarkable ways. Mansa Musa passed away in 1337, leaving behind an empire that had reached unprecedented levels of wealth, influence, and cultural prominence. His reign not only transformed Mali into a powerful economic and intellectual hub, but also set exceptional standards for leadership, piety, and philanthropy that inspired generations to come. His incredible fortune, much of it derived from Mali's abundant gold mines, made him a figure of legend. Musa's wealth was not merely for personal aggrandizement. It was a strategic tool to benefit the empire and its people. He invested wisely in infrastructure, education, religion, and trade, ensuring that Mali thrived long after his death. The cities he developed, particularly Timbuktu and Jen, continued to attract scholars, traders, and travelers, solidifying Mali's status as a major center of learning and commerce for centuries. Mansa Musa's influence extended far beyond Mali's borders. His renowned pilgrimage to Mecca had introduced the world to Mali's wealth and sophistication. Diplomats, merchants, and travelers carried captivating stories of his generosity, the splendor of his court, and the vibrant intellectual life of his cities. In Europe, tales of Musa's riches sparked curiosity and admiration, influencing maps and inspiring imaginations of distant lands. Mali became synonymous with prosperity and knowledge, a legacy that significantly reshaped global perceptions of West Africa. Education and culture remained central to Musa's enduring impact. By attracting distinguished scholars and commissioning construction of libraries, he ensured that Mali would be remembered as a land of learning and enlightenment. Countless manuscripts preserved in Timbuktu stand as testaments to the vibrant intellectual environment fostered during his reign, covering a wide range of subjects from theology to astronomy, medicine, law, and literature. This tradition continued for centuries, making Mali one of the most celebrated centers of knowledge in the pre-modern world. Ultimately, Mansa Musa's legacy demonstrates a profound impact of visionary leadership. He combined deep spiritual devotion, astute economic mastery, and strategic cultural investment to create a society that flourished both materially and intellectually. Today, his name remains synonymous with wealth, wisdom, and the golden age of Mali. The remarkable cities, renowned educational institutions, and enduring stories he left behind continue to inspire and remind the world of what a committed, visionary leader can achieve, even in an era far removed from modern technology and globalization. Mansa Musa's life reminds us that true greatness is measured not only by wealth, but by the lasting positive impact one leaves on their people, culture, and throughout history. Mali, once a jewel of Africa, owes much of its enduring legacy to the vision, ambition, and extraordinary generosity of one remarkable emperor.